Hello once more, and welcome back to my run of Dungeon Crawl with Zap the Thaumaturge, or the Spry, or whatever he is called. Basically my conjurer. So far so good. We've cleared out most of the swamp, which means we are ready to push into the big stuff. That's right, floor 5 of the swamp. I have successfully cleared this floor in the past maybe 2 times, or 3, maybe a couple more if you add my online account. So basically, there's a very good chance I'm gonna die here. Let's hope it doesn't happen. Let's see what this floor has for us. Now the layout of this floor can vary between different runs of the dungeon. Some are obviously better for some characters than for others. I'm not actually entirely sure what all of the different forms are. I don't tend to read up that much on this game, except when it's relevant, as you guys have seen me frequently reference the wiki during a match. Swamp dragons. Notice that my poison immunity right now is rendering these guys a whole lot less terrifying than they might otherwise have been. Whole lot less terrifying. I just got myself a dragon and a hydra ghost. And rather than letting them get killed, I'm gonna recall and get out. I could have sworn I cleared this floor. When did they come back? Alrighty, since I've left a fight at the end of that staircase, let's see what the other staircases have for me. This is the problem with my character right now, is, as I've said several times, you'll almost be sick of me saying it now, one-on-one I can take on just about anything, but once I spam my mana and I no longer have mana to spam, my abilities are fairly limited. Let's finish eating. Okay, unknown disturbance behind trees. Nothing else here. Oh, what's that scroll? I didn't realize I had an unidentified scroll. Okay. Now the watchword for today is cautious. We absolutely do not want to lose this run, and we absolutely can if we're not careful, so no rush. Take as long as I bloody well need. If I can beat this one floor, it's harder than beating the rest of the swamp put together by far. Now, the structure of the swamp, in general, you're going to have, floor 5, you're going to have that same open layout. There's going to be a lot more dragons, a lot more hydras. You saw a cloud of those already, so you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, apparently my ghosts have already died. I should have recalled them the moment I stepped down here. Or not my ghosts, my zombies. Ooh, but yeah, in addition to having that open layout, you're gonna have one closed off area where there's a lot of very strong creatures, as well as the rune itself. Anywho, we see a ghost. It does not see us. I might consider just running away from this fight right now, but I have to kill him eventually, and right now I found him 1v1, so this is a good time to try and kill him. What I'm going to do is, can't point at the screen, I'm going to come around this way, then I'm going to come at him from this side so I can hit the staircase in a pinch. Hopefully he won't see me walking away. Remember, all ghosts are immune to mephitic cloud, so that's no longer an option. Okay, he is now in range. Here's what we're going to do. He's a previous ghost of mine who managed to get to and die in the swamp. That means he's strong. Quick check to see if he's resistant to fire or water or anything. Just poison. Okay, because he's immune to, because he's a ghost. I don't have Dispel Undead. Actually, do I have access to Dispel Undead? No. Okay. Well, that's a good spell to add to my list of spells eventually. I'm going to spam Orb of Destruction at him. Orb of Destruction, as somebody mentioned in a comment, I should look into it, so I did. I actually pulled this game up in wizard mode to experiment with it. It creates a giant ball, which can deal a ridiculous amount of damage. If Secunderun's Blast does, I think, like 4d20 or something like that, 4d28, this thing does 9d58 damage at maximum capacity. The problem is, it doesn't do damage by appearing on the enemy target. It has to travel to the enemy target. So, say I fire it off now, it might choose to go and smack that tree instead. Or this guy just might go, yoink and step out of the way, and it might just fly past him. It's kind of hit or miss that way. It's also a very high level spell, which means more spell hunger. You'll notice that all of my spells are at none, but it is at honeycomb. It is, since it's level 7, it's even more so than these two. Nevertheless, it's the right spell to use right now, so I'm going to go for it. I guess there's nothing else to be said. I'm going to fire off 2 of them. Hopefully one will hit, and I can always retreat. Okay, the first one hit. I'm going to back away. The second one hit. Here goes the third. The third one hit. I'm a lucky man. I'm going to use Poison Arrow to finish the job. That was awesome. And imagine now if I had tried to use Secunderun's Blast instead. It would have taken, assuming maximum damage and all of them hit, it would have taken 4 Secunderun's Blasts to, sorry, not 4, 6 Secunderun's Blasts to match just 2 of those, or 3 of those. So, definitely the right move to make. Thank you very much, commenter in the last video. And I forget your name, but I will definitely credit you in the comments. I ate a royal jelly and back to full satiation. The thing about the spell hunger is, it's a huge deal for a Spriggan. I once had a character that starved to death, and I've never forgotten how miserable that run was for me because of, well, I was so high level with so many spells, and I just steadily starved. Because you can't eat chunks, you're limited to what the food you can actually physically pick up. That said, I have recently raided the Hive. This is the wrong time to be stingy about my food. So, incurring spell hunger is not nearly as big a deal as incurring death. Some of the best advice I've read about this game revolves around saving with your last blink scroll, and how when you save your last blink scroll, even while you need to be using it, the blink scroll is less important than staying alive. Okay, I want to get the dragon's attention, kill him, and then run upstairs. I'm not sure how to do that, but if I hit the mosquito, yeah, okay, good. I hit the mosquito, now the dragon will come. Now I have his attention, I don't know what to do with it. Notice that I'm kind of sort of thinning the tree line a bit. This is an intentional move. I want the dragon to come directly after me, so I'm cutting a path for him. Because this way I can keep the stairs directly behind me. I don't have to go the long way. It looks like I'm faster than the dragon, actually, which is nice. The thing about fighting swamp dragons is their primary spell is that poison cloud, and I'm poison immune, so it's really convenient when they're attacking me from range. Now they fly in for a punch, well that's different. I'm going to try the next staircase now, wherever it may be. Oh, there it is. I'm starting to get the feeling that these guys have respawned on the floor in my absence, because I'm pretty sure that we cleared this floor out somewhat thoroughly in my previous run. You know what? I'm going to use my animal buddies. They have more cumulative attacks per turn, and the wisp shouldn't have that much health points, though I will help him with the worm. Go after it. Okay, I've already attempted this staircase. You can tell which staircases you've been down and which ones you haven't by whether or not there's a yellow star on them. As you see, this one has that star, so I haven't yet gone down the staircase. This makes 3. Relative position, this was the first staircase, and this is what I left behind, so there should be dragons and hydras nearby. There's one of them. I took a risk there by letting the hydra get one shot at melee range, but only because I knew that if I got even any hit against it, it would force it to retreat, so I wasn't at all concerned. Whoa. Okay, you see those stone bricks? My gut feeling is they form part of the wall which is guarding the rune, which means this is where to expect the most heavy resistance to my ingress. Because I've not seen stone walls anywhere else in the swamp. Heading towards the first staircase. Okay. Nothing but a wisp stands in my way. Nothing stands in my way. Good, good, good. Now we can just continue picking off dragons one by one. Oh, crap. Didn't notice the hydra. I should probably not expand my spells quite so fast. How am I going to kill this thing? None of the dragons left corpses, so that's out. I can blink, but that's going to drain my mana. I don't have a potion to give me more mana. This is the thing, this is a potentially dangerous situation. If I land enough damage on the hydra in 2 shots, he'll just run away. But in order to do that, I have to give him 1 free hit. And if I'm wrong, then I can't just immediately get to a staircase. Here's the plan. I'm going to hit him with the Secundurance Blast twice. Hopefully that will deal enough damage to force him to flee. If it doesn't, I will blink away from him, use a potion of heal wounds, and then spam my Wand of Cold against him to slow him down. Actually, let's reverse that order. Let's open with the Wand of Cold. And now, instead of having to use my mana, I will blink. I have blink, right? Yes. Hopefully that will prevent him from getting a hit. Save my precious mana. Use my less precious ones. That sound is the sound of terrible things coming this way. Apparently it missed the hydra. No, it hit him, and it hit both of them. Okay. That's not blink. That's blink. Into the fire, by the looks of it. There are 2 hydras, and I have no mana. This is a good time to use the Scroll of Blinking, unless I can successfully fear them. That would be even better. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to use my Scroll of Fear. Hopefully that will buy me the time I need to get to the staircase. Okay, now let's kill the hydra for the inconvenience he's caused me. Damn wisp got in the way, but with any luck I'll miss the wisp. Nope, the one time I need to miss I hit. Fine, let's go upstairs, kill the wisp. Alright, we have left downstairs in a very bad situation with 2 hydras crowding the door, at the very least. That loud moan we heard implies there could be more, so we're going to go down the sister staircase nearby to try and free it up. But first, head in this direction to see what I've left here. Two hydra skeletons. Finally, a nice foothold. I'm gonna keep those with me. That'll help hold off other hydras. Not necessarily saying that it's gonna be helping me kill other hydras, mind you. But I'm more than capable of killing a hydra. This just provides me some backup. See that Hydra over there? It's going to get stuck against the trees, so I'm not too concerned about it just now. And when I'm ready for it, I'll fireball it out. So we're going to back up. I'm going to order my allies to follow me. Back up. Back up. We're going to open the way for it to come at me with a fireball, and hopefully deal sufficient damage while we do. Yep. That was one turn of being attacked by the Hydra. It did 54 damage. So I'm going to back away now and importune my allies to finish the job for me. The problem with using my Hydras to help fight is, and I don't know if I've explained this before or not to those of you who don't know, zombies have a finite health bar and no regeneration. So, to use, every time it takes a hit, it never regenerates that health back. So, I'm leery of actually making use of the meat shield capacity of these Hydras. Obviously that's their job. I mean, if it's a choice between me taking serious damage or them, you know, them 100 times and twice on Tuesday. But where it's possible for me to kill a swamp drake on my own, I'll kill it on my own. Now, I don't actually know, do I have any dragon hide thus far? I have access to dragon armor. I don't know if I have any dragon armor. I don't know if I'm going to want dragon armor in the long run. I mean, this would be a nice place to get some, and I guess gold dragon armor is like kind of a standard if you need resistances. But I'm pretty sure swamp dragon armor only gives me resistance to poison, and I already kind of have that, so not as impressed. Again, we're being super cautious. I could totally just push my way in there, but, you know, I would risk getting overrun, and don't want that to happen. Take them on one at a time. Don't get any bonus points for killing 3 dragons at the same time. Unless... No, I'm just kidding. There's really no bonuses. So I'm intentionally ignoring this area, because that's where the game's gonna, I mean not game, sorry, that's where this floor of the swamp is probably gonna finish, when I have to actually go for the rune. So keeping to my whole, I like the area to be clear behind me attitude, that's basically where I'm going now. I'm making a push towards whatever's gonna be behind me later. And I've already cleared out the central area for the most part with these stairs. Now, you've obviously all seen that respawns totally do happen, so just because I've once walked and killed enemies there doesn't mean that they're not coming back. But it does go a long way to ascertaining that you have a safe haven to have, at one point or the other at least, cleared an area. This is just a bad situation. I don't have the right angle to attack the swamp dragon, but if I step towards him, I'll put my ally out of range and myself in range. But I have a full health bar and full mana, so I'm just going to do it. And hope that he does something stupid like attempt to attack me with Poison Cloud, which he did. This guy I'm gonna butcher. And hopefully get a swamp, yep, got a swamp dragon hide for my trouble. It occurs to me that it's better to have one, even if I don't need it, in the long run. Now let's go back upstairs, drop the swamp dragon hide, and get it back down. At some point or the other, it looks like every single item I was wearing has been cursed. Gotta do something about that. I don't actually need them uncursed right now or anything, but, you know, it's kind of a... I know I have several scrolls of remove curse, and I don't think that there's anything capable of cursing me on this floor. You know what? To hell with you guys. about training air magic anymore. I don't remember why it's on in the first place. I think I might be attempting, I think maybe my thought process was to get fire magic, the fire of clouds in the end, or some level 9 spell out of it. But I guess there's no harm either. I mean, conjurations and dodging are sucking so much experience down. I'm actually going to disable dodging for the time being, because it's very, very high. I have 31 evasion right now, and it's preventing any of my other skills from increasing at a reasonable rate. And I'll turn back on fighting. Oh, that's what I should have done a while ago. I'll turn on fighting and turn off conjurations for the moment. Obviously, I'm going to turn conjurations back on. Actually, I should leave it as a trickle at all times. But right now, the level of enemies I'm killing is so much higher, and the amount of experience I get is so phenomenal that I should be able to literally quadruple my fighting skill with just a few kills, would be the hope. And that will give me a little bit more HP, which is nice. Like, I want it to be level 5 or 4 at the very least. Level 4 or 5 at the very least. And this new experience system allows me to train it without ever having to get my hands dirty, which is nice. Just beat up a plant for a while, then turn the skill on. The thing about hydras is, you get used to the fact that they're not that dangerous because, you know, you can kill them easily when you have high level spells. Problem is, if you ever let them get it melee, either this happens: closely misses, barely misses, completely misses, misses, barely misses, 0 damage taken. Or, critical, 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 you died. That has actually happened to me once. I mean, not 5 criticals, but, you know, such a huge nuke level damage. And say that, for argument's sake, he dealt 50 damage right now, I have 20 health. What am I gonna do? So right now my approach is to attack him because I know I can safely retreat behind my wall of minions and be safe. Repetitive much. But in general, don't underestimate hydras just because they act underestimatable. They, like everything else in this game, can kill you when you're not paying attention. Except maybe bats and butterflies. I don't think it's actually possible to die to a butterfly. Now, I'm definitely never going to auto-explore this floor, because unlike every other floor that I've done so far for the most part, I will never have to come back here. Once I get what I need and get out of here, this floor is not a place I intend to turn into a stash. I'll never have to retreat here. It's the bottom of the swamp. But I do want to clear out the edges so that I'm safe to attack the main area. And it looks like I've accomplished that mission for now. We are going to attempt a stunt. Instead of fighting every single enemy which is doubtlessly waiting for me inside this bubble, I'm going to try to dig my way in from the edge, because I don't like the fact that I have to walk past all of this into here to get to a staircase. I've got one staircase here and one entrance here. I would like to have 2 entrances. You know what? It would be best to poke the hive with a stick first, just to see what I'm up against. So I'm gonna come to the first staircase, and then approach the door from the front and see what happens. I'm ready to retreat at the first sign of trouble. Completely ready to retreat at the first sign of trouble. Completely ready to retreat at the first sign of trouble. That was the most anticlimactic thing that has ever happened to me. That's a rune, and there's nothing in here. It's possible I already killed a bunch of hydras, and I've killed what was guarding it. I would be happy to believe that, so I'm going to recall all my allies in here to guard the door, in case something should, I don't know, spawn when I pick it up, but... Haha! I got my rune! I got my first rune. Okay, you need 3 runes to win the game. I have 1. 1 rune, not won the game. Alright, let's get out of here before my luck changes. That that's the swamp completed. There's a reason people call it the easiest of the runes to get, and that's that even on this final floor, it wasn't like I had to fight a boss like the killer slimes or whatever. And the enemy level, while high, isn't, you know, unbeatably so. Now I'm literally just farming experience because my fighting skill hasn't gone up yet. Oh, I have -2 to fighting. That's not making this any easier, is it? Ah well. Alright, time to get cocky. I'm gonna auto-explore. Because if I've already cleared the vault where the actual rune is hidden and killed the guards, I guess I'm entitled to a little bit of a victory dance, and it might as well auto-explore the floor and kill every enemy that's left. Yeah. Good stuff. There's 3 enemies that are hidden in puddles here, and several that aren't hidden in puddles. I'm gonna back up and recall all of my allies. I like that the bat dies before it even showed that I now have an army of hydras at my side. I love it. The moment I attack, they know that that's my intended target, and they all swarm it. So it's like I tag it, and then the target dies. Alright, floor complete. Now, what item... I need to know if there's a way to search for all items that are presently located on a floor, because I know that I sporadically was dumping items in different places while I was down here, and I'd like to confirm I haven't left anything valuable in the swamp. So are there any scrolls that are in the swamp? Cursed jewelry, immolation, detect curse, that's it, okay. Are there any potions that I left in the swamp? Nothing good. Are there any wands that I left in the swamp? A wand of fireball and a stack of them, and everything else is upwards at this point. I already picked up the dragon armor, so let's go to the wands next. I weigh too much. Gotta go on a diet and lose some weight. Well, I can start by eating some royal jelly because I'm hungry, but... Cursed Amulet of Clarity, Potion of Levitation, Potion of Berserk Rage, Detect Curse, Power. Come back for the dragon hide, it's the heaviest thing I'm packing. So, you know how anticlimactic it would be if I just spammed it one more time and then got a critical bit by an alligator? Totally could happen. I mean, this is the problem with doing well, is you forget that no matter how powerful you are, at the end of the day, you're still a few critical hits away from dead. Oh, is that my Donald zombie? Hey, Donald, how you doing? Actually, he's got a shield. Oh no, you can't wield a shield with the staff. Right, that's why I never wield shields. And there's my stack of stuff. Did I leave anything else in the way of wands? Did I leave anything else in the way of books? Geomantic book. Alright. Books on the book pile. Potions on the potion pile. We'll drop one potion of brilliance because I already have one, and potions of Berserk Rage are to be treated like garbage because I never would use them. They prevent me from spell casting, which is akin to suicide. The temporary hit points are not usually enough to make up for that. Drop one of my Wands of Cold, probably the one I've zapped the most. I have 2 Wands of Fireball, so drop any one of them. Drop the Wand of Confusion, because slowing is more effective and more likely to hit. Do I need more scrolls of I can drop a scroll of Fog. Can drop a scroll of Identify. I'll keep one Identify, it's nice. And drop both my scrolls to Detect Curse. At this point, I should just be identifying what I pick up, as opposed to, you know, the other thing. I'm dropping the Scroll of Enchant Weapon because I don't know whether or not I'm gonna make use of it. If I ever switch to a weapon, it'd be something to consider, but I'm not there yet. Potion of Levitation seems kind of pointless, but I might as well hold on to it. And a Potion of Magic would have been very nice, but I don't think I have any. Yeah, I don't have any. While I'm here, what spells have I not memorized that I would like to know? I now have, I remember I spent some energy increasing my translocation skills, so let's see if there's any useful translocations that I could learn. I know there used to be a teleport self spell, but from what I read recently, apparently that was nerfed or eliminated altogether from the game, so kind of wasted my time going to teleport school. Teleport other, while I'd like to think it's a good spell, I don't see myself ever actually making use of it. Anything that's below great, I don't want to take the risk on memorizing right now. I would like to... getting a summon spell seems like a useful idea. Because, you know, to in a pinch get some allies around. I don't have summoned butterflies. Because that's what I'm thinking in terms of trying to escape, not so much in terms of actually trying to kill with a summoned ally. But I don't see summoned butterflies or small mammals, and I don't want to level up the summoning skill too much. It's too much energy. Freezing Cloud. I should read up on what that does. Is it just the opposite of Fireball, or is it actually something else? Oh, there are the 2 spells, Firestorm and Ice Storm. Firestorm and Ice Storm I'm so far away from getting good, and apparently neither of them requires a conjuration of air, so air magic is a waste. Firestorm requires conjurations in fire, and I love fire. I like Fireball. I'm a fire freak. Let's go ahead and switch up my memorization patterns then. Fire it is. And... yeah, okay, good. It's not like Spriggans have an easier time with one or the other anyway. I'm going to continue to leave spellcasting on to gain levels. I'm going to once more go into conjurations. I'm going to continue to leave fighting up for a short time. I'm going to drop stealth though. Level 12 stealth is plenty for now. I can... the stuff... you gotta remember, the moment I choose to engage a target, I blow all my spells anyway. Repositioning is great, but it's not the end of the day. I mean, I don't blow all my spells, I blow all my stealth anyway. Okay, that's enough dropping. Let's go pick up that dragon hide. Oh, there's a new alligator. Now he's mine! No, wait. He didn't even die. Lousy freak. Alrighty, let's find that dragon hide now. Apparently I left food behind. And I remember now that I left this stack here too. I should just take everything from this stack and bring it back with me. There's gotta be a faster way to do this, but I'm not exactly attempting a speed run, so I'm not terribly concerned with wasting a lot of movement. It's just the food clock, if anything. And I'm just minor compared to actually having all your good stuff in one spot. I will hold on to the Wand of Invisibility for its potential utility, and I will drop the slowing instead. Because as I go further into the dungeon, more and more things are going to both be able to resist enchantment and see invisible, making, you know, the combination kind of pointless. But going invisible, I feel like, still gives me a better chance of surviving, because it increases my to hit, or whatever, or to dodge, which is how I've been avoiding damage thus far. Is that everything I brought with me? Cold, invisible, firebolt, draining. Oh, the staff, right? The staff of cold. Now, the way hides work is you get the hide, and then if you have a scroll of enchant armor, you can enchant the hide and turn it into an armor, which is what I plan to do right now. The result is that I now have a very nice swamp dragon armor. Poison resistance, evasion -2, so that means it is going to impact my spellcasting negatively. But not enough that I should care, because everything is still at excellent and very good. So I'm actually going to use this opportunity to train my armor skill a little bit. My dodge is still... well, my dodge is 20. What is it without this? Yeah, without the dragon armor, it's 31. That's way more valuable than a minor boost to my AC. Yeah, so I'm not gonna go with this swamp dragon armor. I already have poison resistance, but I am gonna leave it here on the pile, and eventually I may change my mind. Actually, yeah, that's very cool. Okay, now we have to make a tactical decision where to go next. I do not have good luck with the slime pits. I've died there very quickly, very often. You've seen how hard it is to deal with just a group of 4 or 5 slimes individually. Imagine how hard it is to deal with swarms of high-level slimes together that eat your items, and the walls that mutate you. No, we're not going to deal with that. The shoals is covered in water and creatures that can swim. When I learn how to fly at will, maybe I'll go there. And I say if, not when, I should say. So, none of these. We will drop the rune of Zot. Where's my rune? Okay, this is new. The way it used to be, you had to physically carry runes and pick them up and put them down, but by the looks of it, apparently runes are now just like a property of your game. You don't have to carry them with you, which is nice. So, I now have a rune. Let's delve deeper. On through the dungeon we go. I'm gonna make a quick stop at the hive. Or not. I'm gonna make a quick stop at the hive to pick up some more food, and then I'm gonna go. Apparently I have some books in here that I did not remember to add to my main stack. Ah, summon small mammals. I seem to recall saying I wanted that spell. It's a good thing it's here. Other than that, nothing here particularly springs to mind as awesome. Maybe sometime in the future when I play this game, I'll actually make an end game plan. Thus far, I've only ever planned this far ahead, so now I'm kind of just winging it. So yeah, summon small mammals. Don't know if I'll ever want it. Don't really care. I have it now. And they have a book of geomancy here, so yeah, okay, cool. Was there any spell that I particularly wanted to forget? I've never used repel missiles, but I already know what I might want that for. Yes, into the dungeon further we go. I tell you, those things rob your mana. Apparently that woke up some attention. Green ones are poisonous, I believe, and immune to poison. Oh, great. Flanked. Very resistant, hostile intelligence, see invisible, very fast, and little. Means very high dodge. Means time to Mephitic Cloud, because they didn't say resistant to poison. Yes! Vulnerable to Mephitic Cloud means a lot less scary. I'm basically forcing my way up the staircases at this point because I don't like my probabilities with engagements here. Lajatangs are very, very scary to deal with. Oh, and of all the good luck, I seem to have brought a slime with me. Excellent. I would much rather fight you alone upstairs than in the unknown downstairs. Moron. Man, nothing's following me up. Alright, last staircase. That one's very crowded now. Wait, this one isn't marked. Maybe I've already been down this one? Yeah, I've already been down this one. Okay, well, that's all good. This place seems safe enough. New ring! I'm gonna see what happens if I remove the Ring of Wizardry. My spells are all still very high casting rate. Nothing seems to have been severely impacted, so it's safe to say I can take it off at this point. Wizardry increases the level. Actually, I'm gonna confirm that. I'm pretty sure all Wizardry does is increases the likelihood that you can cast a spell successfully. Yeah. And I can already do that. It doesn't increase damage, so it's not like I need to wear it as a booster. For that you want Rings of Fire or Ice or whatever your school is. I don't think there are Rings of Conjuration. I don't see why not, but there aren't. Aww, look at the little poisonous, not poison immune soldier ant. He's going to die. And join my army of undead. I hate Sonja. I hate her with a passion. She's fast. She's evasive as heck. Thank God she's not immune to Mephitic Cloud is all I'm gonna say, but even so, I'd be much happier not fighting her here. What just happened? I don't know what just happened, but apparently something attacked Sonja or she attacked back. And now she's hitting herself. Oh, she has a weapon of draining. That must be what that weird sound was. Poison arrow. There we go, she's dead. I just locked myself in with Agnes. No mana. Time to run. I've been advised before that I should pick up discarded weapons because otherwise an enemy might pick them up. The only enemies I've ever seen to do that are orcs and imps. Imps I heartily agree with because you'd never want an imp to have a high level weapon. Those suckers are hard enough to beat when they have... I mean, not hard enough to beat, they're easy to beat, but they're hard to pin down no matter what. Orcs, they have so little health and have so little to hit and speed that it doesn't really bug me when they have a good weapon or a bad weapon. As a wizard, I mean, because this is what I do to them. So in general, the advice to pick up discarded weapons, I have not ever made good on, and it's very rarely, if ever, bitten me in the back. Once I saw an imp pick up a Lajatong of Pain, and that was... I basically had to avoid that floor for a long time. But other than that, it's not something I generally do. But that option exists, and with because of the programmers of the game think that way, they added... You know how if there's some items you'll automatically pick up whenever you cross them, like potions or scrolls or whatever, and some you won't because they're useless to you, like, I don't know, when you know a scroll is cursed, a cursed scroll? Well, they included they included the Curari darts under the list of always pick up. For just that reason. Lots of armor and is a spellcaster. I want to Mephitic Cloud her because she's not vulnerable to poison. For that reason, I'm going to retreat from this hallway. I mean, she's not invulnerable to poison. But I don't want all my minions to die to her, so we're going to pull back nice and easy all the way to these staircases. There we go. Nice and Mephitic. Double just to be sure. Wow. Drank a potion. Oh. Jerk. Denying me my ability to get more health potions. Yeah, just ignore it. I've been lucky with food this game, between getting the hive and getting so much of it. So interesting fact I read up on and found out. Apparently when an enemy is confused, its to hit reduces. So Mephitic Clouding even against a target where you have a little bit of distance against, rather than just being cautious, actually kind of sort of helps increase your ability to deal it damage. I mean, in addition to helping you be cautious, also increases your likelihood to actually get a hit. Every time I see a scroll at this point in the game, which is unread, I feel like I've read just about every scroll, so I take the time to identify each of them. This is a scroll of acquirement. Fun thing about scrolls of acquirement, for those of you who have never had the fortune of finding one, is that they are basically the best scrolls in the entire game, by far. You say what you want, and they give it to you. So if I say I would like some armor, they'll give me some armor. If I say I want a good ring, they'll give me a good ring. If I say I want staffs, they'll give me a good staff. If I say I want gold, I once had like thousands of gold given to me because I asked for it. If you say you want a book, you're virtually guaranteed to get a book you've never had before. And, you know, one that you can make use of, with give or take. It's a great way to supplement what you've casually found in the dungeon. On the flip side, very often you use the scroll, don't like what you've gotten, and lament that you could have picked some other item which, you know, off of the list of I would like this items that you might have made better use of. Or it'll give you something like, it'll give me a new robe, but I already have a +2 robe of cold resist, so it's pointless. Or you'll get something great, and then walk through the dungeon a bit more, and find just that again. And then later on you'll wish you hadn't used it. So what I like to do is not use it unless I know that there's something I really need. Case in point, remember how I'm eventually trying to build up my resistances? I have no resistance to fire, no resistance to cold, basically, no resistance to negative energy, i.e. life protection. So I may end up really needing that scroll just to get, just to get by. Okay, these staircases are all together, which means that retreating and leaving enemies behind is really not an option. I have to fight, make a beachhead, and escape. So I'm going to walk a fair distance out in either direction and clear the area around the staircase. Of course, it's always better to run and leave yourself locked in rather than die. Everything is better than dying. But this would be a one time where my usual pattern of coming down each of the 3 staircases carefully is impossible, because they're all together. But I've been lucky. I've explored half this floor and no strong enemies. Once came down and saw a dangerous unique literally waiting at the door. Oh yeah, you can't make zombies out of those. Wow, there's literally nothing on this floor. Kind of surprised, honestly. At least I have some company. Huh. Huh. I'm debating whether or not to, I think I'm gonna butcher the troll, actually, and hope for a hide. No, no hide. Okay, there's the enemies. I'm gonna back away slowly. I don't want to approach them from the wrong side. For all that I like say, for all I said about retreating the staircase, it's still nice to retreat to the open. There we go. We got his attention. Let's drag him away from his potential friends and kill him. No corpse. What the? Wow, he was dual wielding clubs. It's a good thing he didn't catch me. Wait, I'm a Spriggan. Nothing catches me. Mwahaha. This is gonna be a corpseless scorefest. I love having this bat at my side. It makes me feel less vulnerable. In fact, we're gonna go ahead and summon a few more small mammals just to increase the potential number of targets these things have to aim at. Worked perfectly. He's busy fighting all of my mindless animated mammals. And I have just enough time to get upstairs. I didn't leave anything by the staircase. This room is going to be cleared. At this point, gnolls and whites are kind of low level. Doesn't mean they don't cost mana to kill, it just means they're not very threatening anymore. Where did you all come from? I searched this whole floor, I barely found anything. Alright, that's the floor. And that's actually going to be the end of my time for now, I'm afraid. So, the one thing I would like to point out is, what I actually did find and make mention of is the door to the vaults. The vaults are an extraordinarily, well, that's too strong a word, or a relatively dangerous place, boasting packs of strong enemies, each cordoned off together, mana draining, and some of the most dangerous uniques that you're going to encounter outside of, like, the endgame in Hells, or more accurately, dangerous uniques I've ever encountered. The bottom floor of the vaults is so dangerous that I still am not entirely sure why the developers even included it. It does have a rune at the bottom. As the name Vaults implies, there's a lot of money to be had, and after doing the Snake Pit and Swamp, which are the 2 dungeon branches of the lair that I consider very doable, this would be the probably the next one to go to. So this is probably where I'm going to enter next time. I'm not going to actually attempt to finish clearing it, but I am going to attempt to make a little bit of headway, maybe clear the first couple floors. I don't know, mess around with it. So we'll see what happens. So far, this is, as I've mentioned before, this is one of my top 5 rounds, and thank you so much for watching. Please keep comments, and I would like to personally thank, I forget your name, but personally thank you for whoever you are, for having recommended that I use Orb of Destruction. That spell made killing that dwarf berserker of mine much easier. I saw how little damage Poison Arrow did by comparison. I'm not entirely sure I would have been able to kill it without literally unloading 50 mana and stair dancing or something. So thank you very much. Alright, thanks for watching. Tune in for the next part when it comes out. Bye.